Did you know the amount of energy used to mine Bitcoin is equivalent to a medium-sized country? That's like the energy consumption of Norway or Germany.
Right, you've heard these terms by now. Bitcoin mining, the blockchain, Dogecoin. Cryptocurrency is having a notable impact on the world's financial markets, but it's also affecting the environment. NBC News Now's Joshua Johnson takes a closer look.
Researchers at the University of Cambridge say that Bitcoin uses more electricity annually than all of Argentina. According to the website Digiconomist, the carbon footprint of one Bitcoin transaction is comparable to more than 2 million Visa transactions. And that one transaction uses as much power as the average...
According to the Cambridge Bitcoin Electricity Consumption Index, Bitcoin mining uses 144 terawatt hours per year. One Bitcoin transaction uses the same amount of electricity as 80,000 credit card swipes. Fun fact, by the way, the system design reduces the number of new Bitcoins in each block by half every 4 years. There are only about 2 million Bitcoins left to mine, and experts predict that the last Bitcoins will be mined by the year 2140. The country where the most Bitcoin is mined is China, which accounts for the majority of the world's Bitcoin mining activity. According to the Cambridge Bitcoin Electricity Consumption Index, China accounts for around 46% of the global hash rate distribution, which is a measure of the total computing power being used to mine Bitcoin. One reason for China's dominance in Bitcoin mining is its low electricity prices, which make it more profitable for miners to operate in the country. Additionally, China has a large number of mining facilities and manufacturers of mining hardware. Other countries where Bitcoin mining is popular include the United States, Russia, Kazakhstan, and Iran. But it is these low energy prices in China that experts warn cause great amounts of pollution. China is known to be a major contributor to global air pollution, in large part due to its heavy reliance on coal for energy production. Coal mining and combustion are major sources of air pollution in China, as they release large amounts of particulate matter like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and other pollutants into the atmosphere. Renowned economist and Nobel laureate Paul Krugman recently expressed his reservations about the world of cryptocurrency. In his statement, Krugman drew parallels between the current state of the cryptocurrency market and the subprime crash that shook the financial world. While some may interpret Krugman's warnings as a call to action against the potential dangers and risks of cryptocurrency, others may argue that he is simply resistant to the modern innovations of the 21st century. At first glance, it may appear that Bitcoin is paving the way towards a cashless economy and replacing traditional fiat currencies. However, Krugman argues that Bitcoin is a curse that should be avoided at all costs due to its massive energy consumption and lack of essential qualities needed for a global currency. As it stands, Bitcoin's energy usage is not only unsustainable, but also environmentally damaging. Moreover, it lacks the necessary attributes required to function as a stable and reliable global currency.
I think basically, at least as Bitcoin is structured, and I have to admit, I have some trouble keeping up with all this stuff, but Bitcoin is what people are owning now in large values, and any gains in energy efficiency just gets swallowed up very quickly. You just push further into that margin, and it's a self-defeating form of progress. Other things, maybe there's some way to make this, but I don't know. I don't understand how you make the validation system work without basically paying people to validate, and that means one way or another using a lot of real resources to validate.
Bitcoin was created in 2008 as a response to the economic recession, with the goal of providing transparency in transactions without the need for financial intermediaries. Its blockchain technology acts as a ledger that records every Bitcoin transaction and can be distributed and accessed by anyone. Bitcoin's mining process verifies and secures the blockchain and new transactions, but also contributes to its high energy consumption. Bitcoin consumed almost 115 terawatt hours of energy in June 2021, according to the Cambridge Bitcoin Electricity Consumption Index. The energy consumption required for a single Bitcoin transaction is equivalent to that of 80,000 credit card transactions and surpasses that of many countries, including Norway and Argentina. Given the current energy crisis in the United States, where many families cannot afford gasoline, Bitcoin's energy consumption is deemed illogical. It is unfair for a currency to consume such a massive amount of energy, especially when the supply chain system relies heavily on energy for transportation of goods and other necessities. Bitcoin's mining process is counterproductive towards achieving a sustainable global economy, as most Bitcoin mining is done in Asian countries that heavily rely on coal and other fossil fuels, leading to high emissions and greenhouse gases. As the supply of Bitcoin decreases, the energy required for mining will only increase, resulting in more coal and other energy consumption. With the world moving towards reducing fossil fuel dependence, Bitcoin mining has a devastating impact on the environment due to its high energy consumption and production of greenhouse gases. Bitcoin does not meet the basic attributes of being considered a form of currency, as it lacks the qualities of a unit of account and a store of value. It only meets the attribute of functioning as a medium of exchange with a small global usage and high volatility. Sellers are forced to quote prices out to 4 or 5 decimal points, and Bitcoin is vulnerable to cyber attacks and hacks. The lack of necessary attributes makes Bitcoin unsuitable as a currency in the global economy. This is featured. Please like and subscribe for more content like this. Bitcoin faces several challenges in being considered a currency. One of them is the difficulty of acquiring fresh Bitcoins, which can only be purchased from online exchanges or dealers. Bitcoin lacks a medium of exchange as it is not widely accepted, and users must own Bitcoins to use merchant services. Bitcoin's volatility also presents problems in serving as a unit of account and store of value. Volatility makes it difficult to compare prices and complicates the pricing of goods in decimals. Furthermore, Bitcoin must be stored in digital wallets, which are prone to hacks and scams. Due to Bitcoin's decentralized nature, its prices are free to fluctuate, causing it to be extremely volatile, which undermines its effectiveness as a tool for risk management. Therefore, Bitcoin lacks the necessary attributes to function as a global currency. Bitcoin's deflationary mechanism, seen as an advantage by many, would actually have a negative effect if it were to become a global currency, as it would have a deflationary effect on the economy. This could lead to annual salary cutbacks and political protests against the currency. Bitcoin's high energy consumption is also a concern for a future focused on renewable and sustainable energy. If Bitcoin were to become a global currency, lessons could be learned from the gold standard, but it could also result in political pressure and requests for central banks to remove the Bitcoin fetters, leading to its eventual fall. Empirical research challenges the premise that Bitcoin should be considered as the next shift in global currency, as it does not possess any of the distinctive attributes of money. Overall, Bitcoin poses more dangers than advantages and should not be integrated as a currency in the global economy. This is featured. Please like and subscribe for more content like this.